Hi, my name is Alec Downing, and welcome to Nukes and Ukes, the show where we talk about anything from nuclear weapons to ukuleles. Today we're here with Micah Molesky, who is actually a little bit of a ukulele fanatic himself. How are you doing today, Micah?
I'm doing great. It's always a pleasure to be on the show. Thanks for having me.
All right. What is your musical background? We're going to jump right into it. What have you played? What's your background in music? And how did you start playing the ukulele?
Well, I actually started playing the ukulele about a year ago
Really?
on a mission trip. We were just driving up, and so I started then. But I've been playing music since I was a little kid. You know, I had piano lessons when I was real young, and then in middle school, I had guitar lessons and started really getting into guitar. And I'd say that's my first love is guitar.
Very cool. So speaking of the guitar, what would you say is different and similar between the guitar and ukulele?
Well, the guitar's got 6 strings, as you know, and the ukulele only has 4. The ukulele actually has a high string on top, which a guitar doesn't. And also, most guitars, there are classical guitars that have some nylon strings, but most guitars use steel strings. But ukuleles use nylon strings.
Gotcha. Which do you prefer, nylon or the other strings?
The steel strings, yeah.
The steel strings?
I prefer the steel strings just because that's what I learned on. I learned playing the electric guitar, so I like the steel strings. But
Gotcha.
there are a lot of people that like nylon.
Very cool. Would you say that starting from scratch, learning the ukulele or learning the guitar is harder?
I would definitely say guitar is harder just because it's a bigger neck. It's a lot harder to push down on the frets, especially. Like, I have big hands, which is really convenient.
Yeah.
But if you have smaller hands, learning on the ukulele is absolutely easier.
Very cool. I heard backstage that you actually made your own ukulele. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you have it with you right now?
Yes, this is my ukulele. I spent the summer making this, and yeah, I got it on a kit online from Stuart McDonald. But yeah, it was quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure. What all did they send you in that kit for you to be able to craft it to what it is today?
Okay, so they sent a top piece, they sent a back piece, and they sent braces and for the inside. You can't really see them here, but then they sent obviously the strings. But they sent us the fretboard, a neck, and the fret wire that wasn't pre-installed. So you kind of had to do all that for yourself.
So what was the process of that? What did you have to do first?
The first step was actually building a jig and then gluing the body together.
Okay.
And that took probably the longest.
Very cool. And from my limited musical background, I know there are different types of ukuleles. Is that correct?
Yes, there are actually. To my knowledge, there are 4. There's the soprano ukulele, which is what's right here. It's pretty common. You'll see it a lot, especially on a college campus. You have the concert ukulele, which is a little bit bigger. Not very big though, still. And then you have the tenor ukulele, which is what I believe a lot of pros use. And then you have, which all 3 of these are the same tuning. And then you have the baritone ukulele, which is an octave below. And
Okay.
so that's
Very cool.
Those are the 4.
We actually have a picture of a ukulele back here, and I noticed that on the picture, the tuning pegs are on the side, and
Yeah.
on yours, the tuning pegs are on the back. Why is that? Is there some advantage to that?
Absolutely. Well, the main thing is for the company, it's cheaper to make those, and it's easier to install for a user who hasn't done it before. So it's just convenience and expense.
Very interesting. Do you have a favorite song or artist that you enjoy either listening to on the radio or playing on your own ukulele?
Absolutely. I really like Somewhere Over the Rainbow to listen to. I also like House of Gold by 21 Pilots. But back to Somewhere Over the Rainbow, I loved playing that song, but up until recently, I love playing it. Up until recently, I couldn't play all of it, so I would just play the beginning part and then stop when people asked me to play it.
Very cool. Do you have any advice to anyone that is learning the ukulele?
Just keep at it. It might seem hard at first to get your fingers in the right spot, but
All right.
it'll be worth it.
Awesome. We got to get going here. Thank you, Micah, very much for being on the show. And that's all we have time for today. Join us next time when we talk to renowned nuclear physicist, Dr. Cole Calamos. I'm Alec Downing, and have a wonderful evening.